jungle we've been hyping up so much.
Yeah, and I feel like you see again what we talked about, right? The priority top, the priority mid, the priority bot. Monkey can get to do whatever he wants. At this point, even if he wanted to double scuttle, he can. He can take the scuttle crab over on the bottom of the map. As you can see, I hope Climber does really enter river right here and takes the scuttle crab where this is going to be gone as well. And that's exactly what he's going to do. But this is what happens when you go to jungle with triple lane priority that was literally solidified for him in picks 1, 2, and 3 respectively as Climber's looking top lane.
Here we go. Climber's first gank in months here for LGD is going to produce a flash out of Cube. So that's the Rumble flash down, but Monkey is double dipping on this bot side. Good dredge line comes out from YCX to stun him. Vampire's taking up the turret with the bailout, but doesn't get the assist on the kill down onto YCX. So Xiaoya and Taeyun grab the first 2 kills of this series.
And I think now you're forced to actually stay around to make that commitment in time really work. Taeyun and Monkey have to go again.
They're going again, but the snare lands onto Taeyun. Good flash away from Xiaoya to get around for the turret. He has the turret aggro to pick up the kill. One more auto short. Xiaoya completely outplays the dive and hits the Q on the stack. That is a wondrous play from your LGD marksman.
No, that was fantastic coming through from Xiaoya. The fact that he used the invisibility to angle the creeps, to hit Monkey blind with the Q through the minions. What a fantastic, fantastic play right here from Xiaoya. And what a disaster on the other side from Team WE. We said that because Vampire died right there and Senna gets a kill, they have to further commit into the stuff.
50 boots early, like that a lot. You just need that mobility to try and skate around and play from space as much as possible. Despite the woes on the dive top side, the gold is going to stay pretty even. But the priority through from Climber is going to come onto this first dragon. We picked that one about 6.5 minutes. Once he gets this smite through. So Climber, as we continue to spotlight him, getting his first action in such a long time trouble, is utilizing the pressure of this bot side to grab that neutral.
He's
but
not been seen.
Monkey
He's not been seen.
has not been spotted. You called that out, and he's going to get hit by a dredge line again in the middle of his Ixtal's impact. They have the Senna ult to come across here for Xiaoya. Heal comes down for YCX, but a couple more shots from Taeyun will find the kill. Xiaoya has to force a retreat, but here comes Climber trying to make up without their support present. Gonna get the one that comes sliding on to Taeyun through Vampire. Gets the first kill. Now Monkey and Vampire are completely separated. Another great snare lands for Xiaoya. The Ixtal's impact though from Monkey is pristine. Gets the stun on the wall, but he's gonna dive under the turret again to trade himself with Xiaoya.
To be able to close the gap on the gold with those kills, it's kind of like a gold given to Senna.
And also, the cherry on top, right, is with all that skirmishing, Xiaoya is nearing 30 souls already at this 8-minute mark, which I know we got the upgraded generation of these souls coming across, but to get this close to 40 before 10 minutes is huge for that scaling, and just talking about the raw range, and most importantly, in trouble with the new Senna, the crit chance you start to garner as you hit those 20 soul thresholds.
Yeah, absolutely. She does become a tank killer as well, so Monkey's not going to be too happy further down the line with this. With the Skarner in his hands, he's looking for that Senna again. This is unbelievable. Just don't look in your closet. Do not look in your closet because
this is borderline bullying. Monkey is just always hunting this YCX and Xiaoya led bottom lane, but again, the dredge lines are ruining Monkey's engages as he's just chopping down on turret shots this game like they're candy, and boy, do they taste bitter.
Please, like, it's not like it's a surprise that Nautilus is around. Nautilus is in vision. If not dashing into it, then sort of treading across the Taliyah wall with his ultimate, and flashing over once the W from Taliyah comes through. That was a great escape right there from Climber. Does have to burn his flash and his ultimate, which means that for the next fight to come, which is going to be most likely that dragon, WE should have advantage around that territory.
I'm perplexed on how we've seen so much of Monkey, and at some point he just casually took the 3 grubs up top. When did that happen? I don't know, but just I guess Monkey's just everywhere. Kind of how it works. For Team WE when they came away with 7 wins in Group, knocking down opponents like Thunder Talk, FPX, and NIP.
Okay, that is illegal.
5-game win streak. Oh,
that is borderline illegal.
Oh, and Vampire knows it, flashing forward, but does not get the hostile takeover on anybody. XQW uses the Sand Soldiers to buy some space, but Monkey has the Impale, but XQW, quicker to the F key, gets over it, but Taeyun has a flash of his own, hits the Chains of Corruption, the Rock of WE, getting them another kill to even up the count.
Okay, I feel like WE are like those teenagers that when you tell them no, they're gonna do it even more. Kind of deal.
Yep.
Like right there, them not being able to contest for a dragon with Climber is an ultimate and a flash down should not be allowed. They lose the dragon and then they commit their flashes forward. Both Vampire, Taeyun, they commit their ults as well, like 3 ults down.
Monkey.
And right here, they're trying to take a tower that doesn't belong to them.
my god, this guy just loves turret shots. Monkey is down to 10% HP because he takes aggro from Climber. And oh boy, look who's coming up on the top side. Sasa, wonder if he likes an angle jumping in here with the public execution. Looking potentially to set up a dive, but they at least get the teleport out of cubes, so top laners match TPs. Everything fizzles out.
Nah,
Oh, there it is. He's going to cut down the wave. So there's the ultimate chicken game completed. The real action in the topside river. With WE starting up this Rift Herald. Neither top laner has teleport. This is a straight up 4v4, but XUW is trying to take a reset window right here. He's going to TP in late because the Herald is actually already done. WE picked that one up, and now there's no reason to fight. They get the Herald and the TP out of XUW.
But that was fantastic, right? They used the pressure through Cube down the bot lane. He resets, so they think that he's going to start running towards the Rift Herald because he was spotted as I'm going to hold on to this.
Oh, YCX gets the dredge line on the Vampire. Hostile takeover comes in. Monkey with that Impale. Whiffs on absolutely nobody, but it's actually the Chains of Corruption from Taeyun that's again going to find a good pick on the Climber. The Crescent Guard going to drop soon, and all the damage will pour in. Cube finds the first kill, trying to press the tempo for Team WE. But once again, they won't be able to continue their tantrum of a fight. They only get one kill and get out.
Wow, that was actually so... It was a funny turn of events right there, because I think every ultimate under the sun just missed, but WE come out on top. I was just about to say, Cube resetting down the bot lane and threatening walk into that Herald got WE that win over there, but Cube actually reset and hold up because Monkey's...
There's one ult that wasn't used, Trouble. It's the equalizer that gets XQW cut down to size, and they don't care about those bot waves and everything Sasa's doing because they're knocking down the mid lane. Piercing arrow gonna set up the kill into YCX, but he takes one with him. Karis dragged down by the anchor of the Nautilus. So it's another trade, and they're looking for more. Sasa run all the way up from bot side. He's hit this public execution. Taeyun just Giga Chat, stand still, and the ult.
Expected. Talking about the door. Team WE straight over the Dragon. It will be the third one for LDG, and Monkey's already in.
These guys are just all about fighting. That's the cleanse out of Xiaoya. Monkey waiting for an impale angle. They have to be wary of XQW off to the side. They're starting to get flanked here. The Dragon drops below about 3,000. Another great weave as well from Karis. Monkey's flashing over it to hit the impale. He holds Climber in space and still spikes the Dragon down. You put Climber in, he's still not enough for the might of Monkey.
If you don't try, you won't succeed. Team WE have been playing so damn aggressive since minute one, and right here LGD had to slip it through the cracks. They cannot take any more of the aggression. Monkey's actually finding targets, and thankfully, cubes to 4 items. This is when like the Runans is really gonna start keeping having the ricochet damage.
Again, there's not enough time, and Vampire looking to be proactive, even on the Renata. Flashes and holds Xiaoya in place, but look at the Ripper's divide from XQW. Taeyun gets thrown into the meat grinder. Can Cube rescue this fight with the equalizer? No, because Sasa is trying to run wild on the backline, but runs out of gas in the tank. Xiaoya's going to try to provide the healing potion for this squad, who's hitting from halfway across the fight. Xiaoya's damage, they may be mosquito bites, but they're looking lethal into everybody that isn't Monkey. The fadeaway rock throw won't find the trade kill, and now Xiaoya's really got to minimize how much space he gives towards Monkey. He's just going to let him walk out, but Monkey hanging around in the mid lane needs to be a bit careful because Climber's waiting for him. Finally, some fight back here from LGD, Trouble.
And I feel like it starts from Vampire, right? He
for their carries. We still are not at 2 items for XUW. And we're about to get beefier on that Senna build, as a Last Whisper has been completed, so likely going to be an LDR third for Xiaoya as he gets to that 80 range point on the Senna Soul stacking. Important track. Ooh, handshake. Ooh. Hey, good. Dredge land there from YCX. The flash forward from Monkey, though. Just like that, the snap engage and the hostile takeover. It's absolutely marvelous. Down go the LGD bottom lane.
Monkey with a fantastic engage right there. Catchy Xiaoya with the tip of the ult. Xiaoya had flash. I was just about to say, remember the whole skirmish that we saw earlier? Xiaoya didn't even have to flash or cleanse. He has his summoners available. He did get skill check right there from Monkey. Doesn't press his flash on time. Gets stunned by the Skarner ult. Taken down, and now Climber a bit too far forward.
Yeah, they're too late to display. XQW tries to TP in. Starting to get that lethal tempo stacking a bit, but some very good patience here from WE. They actually decide against a fight for once, knowing they already won. They've got Otacon. They've got control of this bottom river, with Xiaoya still yet to respawn. Now just gets back out on the map. Taeyun's trying to burn through this Cloud Drake, see if they get it done before all of LGD group up together and make the push into the river, but there goes the Dragon. Now WE, they can try and scatter, but they do pick off Cube. Great dredge line comes through for YCX, and now Sasa gets to run wild on these solo lanes, just like the Abessa needs to. So the Dragon and the Otacon come at a bit of a price there, Trouble.
Yeah, and they should lose their mid lane tower for that as well. Unfortunately, there isn't necessarily a wave right there, but still they're going to need to reset from the team WE. So Senna's pushing down that wave. There should be a mid lane tower for LGD right here. This is not the cleanest game we're seeing. You very rarely see Atakan go down and then you don't cash it out. And then you go straight towards the dragon. Neutral objective to neutral objective. It becomes that much more progressively difficult for Monkey to find those huge engages unless he commits his flash. And even when he does, there's flash on FPW, there's flash on Xiaoye. So they just have to be very, very alert in terms of where Monkey's positioning is and be able to flash the initial engage.
Oh, Vampire! Way too far up, has to burn the flash, needs the redemption healing, a window for LGD. They're not going to be able to get the flank wrap round they want, but they do get Monkey chunked down once more. That's the equalizer out of Q, just to try and keep his team safe, as they're going to buddy up and try and jump their way out. But again, it's Monkey off to the side. He's keeping himself in a solo, has to use the impale, trying to deliver Climber to the rest of his team, but it's a way too desync. The hostile takeover, though, from Vampire hits onto 3 members, and Sasa is stunned to try to fly in. What a flash from Taeyun, right over the Emperor's Divide, and now he's like a machine gun, barreling down on all of LGD. Triple kill to Taeyun, a wipe down from World Elite.
WE, I'm not gonna lie to you, that looked so green. That was Xiaoye's time to shine. They were all stuck in a choke point, but they kept overcommitting.
In a game, Trouble, where we already saw a bit of over-aggression from Vampire. You know, the Vampire of early on in Split 2, right? Just throwing caution to the wind. That was the staple Vampire fight. They've gotten so many people hyped about this player, calling it such a big turnaround for him in this split. He plays patiently, and that hostile takeover, maybe also what saves so many of those health bars. That combined with Taeyun, the rock of this bottom lane and all of WE, this is what has gotten people excited about WE and why they have more wins than many expected. And they're looking for their first win of the play-in tournament as Vampire's hostile takeover locks up YCX as the Baron Siege continues to barrel in to the LGD base.
Yeah, and Karis right here is going to commit his ultimate just to pop them out of the
gosh,
tower range.
he's caught. He's stuck. He's stuck on top of the equalizer. He nearly burns down to the last of it. But that's going to force him back to base. It should mean the base soon to be broken open by these baroned up cannon minions.
I'm just going to say he has Spheres of Steel, because I can't say anything else, because he did have Flash, but he didn't commit onto it, and Monkey and crew are just charging in with the last ticks of the Baron buff right there. 1 minute as well. LGD are going to need a miraculous fight where Xiaoye, I don't know, goes above and beyond on that center now. Very, very close to the 4th item as well. Can they make it before the game is over?
He's also reaching 120 on the soul stacking. So by this point, once he gets that IE done as the 4th item, he really should have a ton of crit chance. If not near 100%, I have to feel with the new stacking system for the souls. Try to get control of this bot lane. XCW's put a lot of attention in there. He's going to recall now. They're going to sacrifice more structures for that bot lane push. Down goes the mid inhibitor turret alongside its inhibitor as well. So 2 waves of supers coming through here. And if you thought Trouble, if we were worried about Monkey's aggressive diving in the early game on a Skarner, I mean, he's so tanky. Are we even worried anymore?
Okay, I'll give you the positives here, all right? That last tower cannot go down unless they've got pressure on the other 2. That bot lane wave is pushed way past the midpoint. YCX, I'm not sure what's happening there. Monkey's in.
Oh, Monkey's in, and he impales 2. Climber gets caught in the impale. The hostile taker hits both members. Then Monkey held up, and again, I hyped it up. Monkey's so tanky, he just walks away from all.
It's going to be 4 Cloud Souls as they are preparing a Fnatic bush. Not so much of a Fnatic bush. Vampires love the bush, so it doesn't count, I guess. But yeah, complete control into LGD's jungle will most likely guarantee them both objectives here.
Cloud Soul onto the now 4.5 tank item starter. Again, Monkey was running under turrets, level 3, with no items. Now, he has a Cloud Soul, and he has a health bar that it's kind of hard to even read by this point with how much heart steel stacks he's got. LGD, it feels almost impossible to deal with this Skarner, so do you then start to hope for the heroics of an XQW flank with an Emperor's Divide, or most importantly, Sasa just hitting these public executions? We're going to have to find out now, Trouble. The Baron's being started up by WE.
Yeah, and I think LDG are doing the right move right here. You have to push through that mid lane, push the wave, and let's see if XQW can make the miraculous play with Yazir.
Just too late for the Baron at least. Can they try for the fight after? Monkey's going to fly into the face of YCX again. This guy just ignores damage. Maybe XQW finally has enough to really churn and burn through him. Climber burns the Crescent Guard, but they force Xiaoye way back in the fight at the very bottom. Sasa still has that public execution, and Taeyun is actually sectioned off for the rest of his team, passed completely incorrectly. But Ghost is one hell of a way to save himself, and the Baron take comes a bit anticlimactic. Trouble. No fighting actually amounts from it.
Yeah, the real MVP right here was Carry, seeing Xiaoye completely out of position, blocking him off with the wall, which means Monkey doesn't end up going down. Majority of the damage is on Xiaoye. Xiaoye is not there, there's no damage, but he's here now.
Half HP. Oh, it's the monkey highlight show again! Just when you think he's down, he pops over the wall, executes your whole team, and takes the series lead. Monkey Masterclass, Team WE up 1-0.
Team WE giving us flashbacks of the first series when Groups, Nirvana, and Ascend were decided between the two teams. And I just have to remind everyone, LGD was ahead in this series. They were winning the game, and then WE turned the game around with a late game.